Good morning, all of you. Now, in 11th standard, we have started database management system, and we have studied basic things about database management system. But now we are going to take a quick revision of the same. Now, this is chapter number 9, Introduction to Database Management System. So, this is about handling database electronically. So, in database, we are keeping data and we are generating information from this data. So what is actually data? Data is merely facts and figures, okay? Or we can call it raw data. That means at primary level, when we are recording something, it is called data. And when this data is processed, it becomes information. And information we can then use for taking decisions in any organization. Then there are database and database models. So first of all, there is explanation of database. What is database? Database is a collection of related data items stored in an organized manner. Database is collection of related data. That means if we consider database for a school, then the relevant information is about student, teachers, administrative information like accounting, fees payment, uh, and other school related details only. Okay, and this data is organized in proper manner. So in a database there are a lot of data, and if we create one single table wherein we are occupying all data at that time, it is not that much useful, because whenever we want some information from that database, we have to go through each and every record and data of that database, and it takes time. So we organize this database in different tables. Okay. And these tables are, again, we can relate to get information from multiple tables that we are going to see in practical. Then comes database management system. What happens in database management? So to keep it up to date, we have to do some tasks. That means adding data into the database as and when transaction takes place. So as soon as something happens, for example, as we have discussed the school example, if any new admission comes, we have to add details of that new student in our database. Then editing the content of the database with the correction required as and when notice. For example, if an existing student changes address, for example, he is relocated or parent's mobile number is changed, we are supposed to edit the database content so that it is up to date. Third, removing unnecessary data from the database, if any. For example, if any student leaves the school, takes LC, that is leaving certificate, we are supposed to remove that student from the database so that unnecessary data is not there in our database, which is not relevant now. Then organizing the database in a proper manner. Then retrieval of data as per user requirement. Whenever some kind of information is required, we can retrieve that data as per requirement. For example, if there is a sports event, for example, if there is a football tournament and the sports teacher want to get some name wherein students are interested in football sport or who have participated in some tournament on district level or state level, at that time from the database we can filter those records within few seconds only. Then securing data stored in database. So security is the key issue in database, because the same database can be used by multiple people. For example, school admin staff, principal, then the trustee or teachers or the students or parents, they are using the same database. So there should be some kind of security. Who can do what? Okay, and who can see what type of information. Then maintaining backup of database. So if something happens, if the system crashes where you are saving your database, at that time you will lose all information. So periodically we have to set backup of this database so that uh, whenever something happens, we can get that database back. Allowing multiple users to access database simultaneously. At the same time, as I have told, there are multiple users of this database at multiple levels. So we should allow multiple users to access this database simultaneously. That means at the same time. Then allowing data to be stored in multiple languages. For example, if there is an organization, a company, and this company is having their offices in multiple states of a country or in multiple countries itself, then there are different languages also, regional languages, and we have to provide that system in the database so that it can handle multiple languages, so that each and every person can get information from it, and each and every person can enter details in his own language, allowing data to be stored at multiple places. And this database can be stored at multiple places, irrespective of physical location. So all these tasks are called database management. And for doing all these tasks, we need a software. And this software is called database management system. So there are few examples: Oracle, Ingress, DB2, SQL Server, MySQL, MS Access, Base, etc. These two, the MS Access is uh, in Microsoft Office package. Okay, it is from Microsoft, and this base that we are going to see, it is an open source software. Now we are going to study the base database software. Now base is relational database management system. This is RDBMS. Okay, and this database model is relational model. Now in relational database model, the data is organized into collection of two-dimensional tables, and we call it relations. And this model is designed by E.F. Code. The name of that person who has introduced this model, relational model, is E.F. Code. And this relational model is based on the theory of sets and relations of mathematics. And it is the most successful model of database. Now base is a collection of related data objects known as table, query, reports, and application modules.